Now we will discuss about fractional crystallization. In the last class, I hope you are clear with crystallization process. As I said, there will be 5 stages like preparing of the saturated solution and then filtration of solution, crystallization process, drying of the crystals, and then removal of the colored content, that is colored impurities. In fractional crystallization, what we are going to do is we are going to repeat the crystallization process. So this involves repeated crystallization process. And here we have more than 2 solutes. In simple crystallization, we have one solute, one impurity and one solvent, but here we have more than 2 solutes. And these 2 solutes have to be separated from the impurities. We have to make these 2 solutes free from the impurities. If it is 3 solutes, all the 3. In general, 2 and more than 2. And how will be the solubilities of these solutes? There will be different rates of solubilities. Let us understand this with the help of an example. I'll just consider potassium chlorate and potassium chloride. Okay, so this is first component and this is second component, and both have to be separated. Okay, and both are soluble in water. What is a suitable solvent for these two? The suitable solvent for them is water. So both dissolve in water, also the impurities are present. So apart from the impurities, we also have to separate these two components. So how is this possible? What is the principle here? They have different rates of solubilities. If I take potassium chlorate, it is less soluble in water, and potassium chloride more soluble in water. So in the procedure, we are going to start with preparation of saturated solution, and then we have to do filtration. And when we do crystallization process, what happens? The potassium chlorate crystallizes out first because this is less soluble, so that crystallizes out first. And potassium chloride, what about it? It stays back in the mother liquor. It stays behind in mother liquor. Impurities are also in the mother liquor, and potassium chloride also will stay behind in mother liquor. So step 1, we have eliminated what? Potassium chlorate. Now what we have to do? Now we have to repeat the procedure. Again we have to make a hot concentrated saturated solution. We just have to do the filtration, and then we have to do the crystallization process. If you have seen the past recording, you will be clear with this. We have to repeat the same procedure. Now when you do crystallization, what happens here? This time potassium chloride crystallizes out. And what about the impurities? Impurities stay back in the mother liquor. Impurities are left behind. So this is how we separate the different solute present in the same solvent depending on the different rates of solubilities. The one which is less soluble will be crystallizing out first, and we have to repeat the same procedure. Then the other solvents also start crystallizing out, and finally the impurities left behind. If there are any doubts, please mention in the comment section.